Okay, so we got here ourselves JVC TD W354 double cassette deck, and one side is not working. So let's find out what's going on. So I'm gonna power it on, and where's our tape deck? Tape or cassette? Oh, okay, so the cassette is in deck A. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so let's take a look at deck A, and deck A seems to be working okay, at least the play is. So that's forward play. Let's try reverse play. Actually, no, oh, this is where you switch. Okay, so that's reverse play. So that's working. And let's try fast forward. That seems to be working. Rewind. That seems to be working. Okay. Alright, let's switch it over to the other side. Okay, so this is side B. Let's test it out. And the play is not working. What about if we press on reverse play? It's not engaging. Let's try it one more time. One more time. Okay, nothing's going on. Press we already pressed play. Let's press fast forward. Or let's play fast forward. Let's press regular fast forward. Okay, so fast forward seems to be working okay. Rewind. Rewind seems to be working okay. Okay. Alright, so let's open up this guy and see what's going on inside. Because nothing is going on deck B. Okay, let's open this guy up. So let's see what's going on. Let us see what is happening here. Okay, so this is the motor that drives the reel, and let's see what voltage we're getting. So I got my trusty multimeter right here. Okay, there we go. That's a better angle. So 11, 11, 11, and then there's 0. Okay, meanwhile over here on, you can't see it, but the tape deck, that's working. We got 11, 11, and 11. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try putting this in play. I'm not sure what this one is. Let's just try, see what happens. Okay. Let's try the first one. Press play. Where's the play button? There's a play button. It goes to 10 volts. But the motor's not spinning. Let's see this one. Goes to 10 volts, 10.75. Okay. Let's go to this one. .75, and the motor's not spinning. Okay, so let me go over to the, you know what, I haven't looked this up to see what the voltages should be and what does what. Okay, so let's go over to this side over here. Okay, you won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to see the voltages in here. Okay, so that's play. That's the play. So press play. 10.7, 10.75, 10.5, 9.15. Okay. Okay. All right. So, so I'll press stop over here. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go look up the pinout for these motors because I don't have that information at hand. I'll be back. Okay, so I was able to look at the service manual and I was able to take a look at the schematic. So so the bottom pin is ground, the second one is B, the third one is power. It's supposed to be 11 volts. That's a strange number for them to choose for voltage. And the top one is A. Okay, so I got my trusty multimeter with me and I'm gonna take a look at the 11 volt. Okay, so I should be getting 11 volts, right? Which I did when I looked at it earlier. So it's 11 volts. So it's getting the proper voltage. And I'm going to check the one on the other side. You can't see it, but just bear with me. And it's also 11 volts as well too. All right, and they're all showing 11 volts, obviously except for ground. Let me test test B. B is showing 11 volts, and A is showing 11 volts. Okay, I think I figured out what's going on. I took this little piece apart. That's the piece that connects the motor to the control board, right? So I just wanted to have it separated so that I have the bench power supply set up, and I'm gonna see if I can get the motor to spin, and so I have it connected to the negative over there. I think I'm gonna have to, because it's really hard to try to get it to clamp on to one of the contacts. So I'm just going to hold it there with my hand. So let's turn on power. Let's crank up the voltage. I'm cranking it up. So about 12 volts. And nothing. It's not spinning at all. Okay. And it's drawing current, but it's not spinning. Okay, so I'm going to go across to the other motor. Okay, so I'm going to go to check this motor. Let's go. So let's take this negative end. Okay. All right. And I'm going to get this out of the way. Okay, so let's attach some power to this motor and see if we can get it to spin. See, it's spinning. Okay, let's try this one more time. So I put the camera, zoomed it in a little bit more. So hard. Let's try this. So you can see that, oops, what did I do? Right. And it's drawing 0.065 amps, so 65 milliamps is drawing. I don't know if I shorted something out, because it's going like crazy. Let's see, let's get it back. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out this mechanism so I can get at the motor. Let's get this bottom one here. Okay. Okay, so I pulled that mechanism out. Now I want to get to that motor. And so I'm going to unscrew this. I believe it's this that I need to unscrew to get to the motor. I thought that was it. Oh, okay, it was the tab. It was the tab. Okay. The belt is still pretty good. Okay. So it looks like I'm gonna have to desolder it. Okay, you know what? I decided that I'm not going to take the frame apart. I think I'm going to keep the motor in its frame just so that it's just less work and that I don't end up losing parts. Okay, so I want to get in there. Okay, I'm going to use the conventional desoldering apparatus. Okay, so I'm going to try to take off the top off of this thing here, this motor, and let me try my side cutters. See if I can just get it to open up so I can get access to that plate. Let's see if this will. I hope I don't break that circuit board. It'll be a pain in the ass if I do. Oh, okay, good. Oh, shoot. End up splitting these pieces. Anyways, I'll put them back. They go right here and right here, so shouldn't be difficult to put them back into place. Alright, so I got the top off. Let's see what's going on with this circuit board underneath. Okay, is there a way to take this thing off? Okay. The pulley's in the way. Oh, okay, came off. Okay. Alright, okay, so here's the circuit board. And how do I separate this plastic from the circuit board so I can see the components? Well, you know what? I think this is the connection to the motor. You know what? I'm gonna see if I could. I probably should have taken. Okay, let me see if what happens if I put voltage on that to see if it works. And then I'd be able to isolate that the problem is the circuit. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I have my bench power supply hooked up. It's hooked up at 11 volts, like the schematic says that this thing operates off of. So I'm going to apply some voltage to it, and you can clearly hear the motor going. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with the motor. So it looks like as if there's a dysfunction of, okay, let me try using the circuit board. So negative, so ground, and then, so nothing. All right, so let's see what's going on underneath the circuit board. So I'm going to open up the circuit board and try to find out what's going on. Okay, I am in luck. I happen to find a motor that works. I'm gonna hook up my, let's see, how could I test it? I tested it, I thought I heard something, but I'm not 100% certain, and I couldn't see if it was spinning or not. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna pull it up, I'm gonna take it out of its socket, and I'll just turn off this. Just take it apart, because this tape deck needs to go to a customer, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'll work on trying to repair the motor at a later date, but I don't have the time right now. Okay, there's this one right here. Okay, let's see, is there any more? Oh, there's another one over here. But anyway, is there another one? Is there another? Is there? Oh, okay, this. Okay, so let's unscrew this guy. Okay. All right. And let's desolder. What's the best way? This place to desolder. I think I'm gonna have to desolder right here. Okay, get my solder sucker. Probably should have done that before. Yeah, probably should have desoldered before, but now I have an unstable. Oh God, I don't even know how. Okay. Okay, so let's put this back together so that let's put these screws in just to hold it together for the time being. Okay. What the hell? Okay. All right. One. Okay, got one out. Hope I don't damage this circuit board. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. Okay, so I got them all out. Okay. There we go. Hopefully I didn't do too much damage. Okay. All right. So let's put this aside. Okay. So now I gotta do the same with this. All right. So let's get this. What should I do? Yeah, okay. Let's put this stuff back together. Where's the top plate? Actually, no, it's the wrong way. I think it's over here. Okay. Okay. All right, so this is the motor that works. Let me just double check it. Just turn on the power source. Yep, it's spinning. It's a little noisy. Yeah, noisy motor. Okay, but it works. That's the most important thing. Probably needs a bit of lubrication. Put some. Okay, so I'm gonna put some lubrication in here. I don't want to go through all the expense of having to open this up and put lubrication down it. Just okay, so let's put, there we go. Let's try this. Let's try again to see how it sounds. Okay. All right, let's turn on the power supply. Yeah, it sounds quieter already. Sounds quieter already. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get these off. Okay. Okay, so let's pull out the troubled motor. Okay, so to desolder this. Okay. All right, so that is out. Okay, let's, how do I get, so I think the way that I get to it, let's take this out. once I take that out, then I can move this. Okay. Right. This is the new replacement motor. I kept on using the word new. It's definitely not new. Replacement. Fingers now. Dark grease. Alright, so, okay. Okay. Alright. Let's take this pulley and put it on our new shaft. Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. So that is done. Okay, let's put this back into its rightful place. Where is that screw? That holds it together. Where the hell? Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, now this solder this thing back together. Get a dispenser. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. Just make sure that we have there's no shorts. Okay. Huh? Okay. All right. There we go. Let me just make sure that there isn't a short, because that will not be good. That will not be good if there was a short. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. There isn't a short. Okay. Let's do the next one in the middle. second one. Okay. All right. And double check the last one. Yeah, keep on hitting the camera. Okay. All right, perfect. No shorts. Okay. All right. Okay, so I got the motor in, I got it soldered on, and I noticed a couple pieces fell off. These pieces fell off. This fell off. And I believe it goes in here somewhere. Yeah, it goes in there like there. So I'm gonna have to glue it in somehow. Alright, but first, before I do that, I want to, and this also came off as well too, right? But it seems to be sitting snugly in there. I gotta glue that back on as well too. I was taking a look at the pinch rollers, and the pinch rollers, look at that. I don't know if it comes out on camera, but it looks terrible. Let's see if I can zoom in. And let's see if I can, oh, that's the best that I can get. I have to go a little further back to be able to see it. But the pinch roller is in poor condition. Let me see if I can, there we go. Yeah, it's in terrible condition. It's kind of hard. It is hard. And I'm going to see if I have some pinch rollers of that size that I can replace this with. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I have a bag of pinch rollers, and I'm hoping that this is the same size as the one that I'm about to replace. They're clip-in pinch rollers. There we go. Let's put this in. Okay. Oh, shoot. There we go. Put it back into place. Alright, so somehow I'm going to have to find a way to put these pieces, or glue these pieces back into place. I have to find some glue. Can't be crazy glue. But I will work on that. Okay, I'm gonna see if I have anything in my stash that I can use as glue to get these pieces back in their rightful place. Okay, so I got some JB Weld here. I think I'm gonna use this stuff to glue those pieces together. This piece here and the other piece. So let's open this package up. Let's mix equal parts. Okay, so let's turn my camera down a little bit. Okay. Okay, so equal parts. I don't need a lot, so I think that should be enough. And let's go for this. So that looks like equal parts. Maybe just a little smidge more. Yeah, that's a little bit more than I was hoping for. Oops, wrong side. Okay. Alright, so let's mix those two together. I feel like as if I put more of the black stuff than the white stuff. Okay, so let's put, well, you know what? What if I just put it on here? Okay. Alright. Okay, so let's find, I think it's this side. Let's see, is it this side? Or is it the other side? Let's see now. I forgot which is which. Oh, that side is already, what am I doing? It's already there already. It was already there. There we go. Okay, so where's the other piece? Okay, so okay, let's take this out of the way. And so this goes over here. Come on. There we go. That's in place. This is in place. Let's get rid of some of this excess stuff. So it says I gotta wait 4 to 6 hours. Okay, before I can handle it. Okay, so I'm gonna let it sit for about 4 hours and then I'll come back to it. Okay, so it's been several hours now. It's actually 6 hours. And so that's the time that they said on that package. Oh shoot, it came off. Wasn't expecting that. So do I need to put it on for another 6 hours or so before this is ready? This side is good, but this side didn't seem to do what it was supposed to do. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to do it again. It's unfortunate. I wasn't expecting this. Maybe I need to rough up the surface. Anyways, I'll see you back in 6 hours. It probably won't be tonight. It'll be tomorrow because it's getting late right now. So it'll be tomorrow. Okay, so we gave these little things I'm not even sure what they're called. I'm gonna have to look it up sometime to dry overnight. Yesterday I tried them after 4 hours and this thing came apart pretty quickly. All right, so it looks a little solid today. Okay, it looks like I did a good job. So I'll try my best to handle this with care. When I turn it over, it's gonna touch the mat and maybe it might work itself free again. Hope not. Okay, so let's put this thing back together again. Yesterday, the last time I worked on this, I forgot to put the belt on, so I'm gonna have to disassemble this and put the belt back on. So let's do that. Let's see, I have to do this. I think I have to do this one as well too. I don't know how I forgot. Missed putting the belt on. Okay. So grab the belt. Okay, so let's put this back together. The belt. Okay, so that's on, and I got some grease here on the back of the pulley. Okay, so that's that, and I feel like as if the belt is too big. Yeah. The belt might have been stretched out. So let's put this back together. Oh, this is not the right size screwdriver. Okay. This goes here. Let's find the other screw. Put this back together. Okay, let's try to put the belt back in its rightful position. Okay. Oopsies. All right, so the belt is on. Okay. All right, and I think the belt is in its rightful position. Okay. What the hell? It fell off again. Oh man, I can never win. I knew that was gonna happen. So I'm gonna have to leave it for, at least I got the belt on. That's the most important thing. So I'm gonna have to glue that again. That piece keeps on falling off. I don't know any other way to get it to stay. So I'm gonna have to glue that piece again, and at least I got the belt on. I probably should have gotten the belt on before I glued the piece together last night. That would have been wise, because having to, you know, mess around with the mechanism, I knew that was possibly gonna happen. Okay. All right, well, you know what? I'm gonna clean some of the parts, pinch rollers that might have some grease on it. Gets rid of some of the excess oil. I sprayed contact cleaner, and I think I sprayed a little bit too much, so there might be some of that in here. So I'm gonna glue this piece back together again. I don't have to mess with it. All I have to do is just install this mechanism back in its rightful place inside the cassette deck, and then we're good to go. So, okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna glue it together. It's gonna take about 4 hours, and then I'll be back. Okay, so let's put this back together. I gotta undo this. I left it here because I didn't want to lose it. Let's put this aside. Okay, did I leave any? Good. All right, let's put everything back in its rightful place. Let's get this thing out of the way. This is in the way. All right. What the hell? Why is this thing not going in? There we go. All right. Okay, let's put this together. Let's put this over here. Okay. All right. What the hell? And then this little ribbon cable at the bottom here needs to go in its place. Okay, all right, so that's in. And then this goes back on. Let me just move the camera around. Okay. So let's put this back in its rightful place. Okay, so this is the moment of truth. I'm going to plug it in and turn the deck on. And one problem I'm experiencing right now is that the door won't close. And I believe that's because it's in, see, this won't close. I think it's because it's in a particular position right now. Like, I think it's in play position, and I think that's why the door is not. Once the cam realigns, then I should be able to close the door. But for now, it seems like I won't be able to close the door until I power this up and turn it on, or plug it in and turn it on. Okay, here we go. So it's powered up. I mean, plugged in. Let's power it up. It's on. I don't see any movement. Okay, I powered it up and still no movement. I don't know what's wrong. So, you know what? I'm gonna hold down the play sensor and press play and see what happens. See if it'll just reset itself. Still not. What did I do wrong? Let me see. Get a better angle for you guys. Okay, I'm back at it again. So I think I finally figured out how to get this thing to work properly. Okay, it looks like this is very important. This thing right here is very important. Okay, so that metal needs to fit. That metal part of the spring needs to fit into that slot, and it needs to fit into that slot on both pinch rollers. And it wasn't fit into the slot before. And that's why I think that's why I'm having issues opening the door. Okay, so now it's fit into the slot. And let's see. And in this pinch roller, let's see if I can get a better view of it. So right there, see that metal part of the spring? It fits into that slot. That's how it needs to fit. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to put it together and hopefully things will work out this time. Okay, it seems to never end in terms of problem. So I got the auto reverse and I got the deck to function somewhat normally, and when I press play, it does not play. And you know, when I put on the belt earlier, I thought it was a weak belt because the belt seemed kind of loose, and I think I am right. So this is deck A, and this is a deck that works. So if I turn one pulley, I get equal response from the other pulley. Okay, so I'm gonna pull in the deck that is problematic. Okay, and so this is deck B. All right. Oh, now it's hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, so it's not getting yeah, so I think I think I need to put on another belt. I need to swap the belt. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find a belt that looks like a 3mm belt, and I'll swap the belt and I'll come back. Okay, I got a stash of, so this is the original belt, and I got a stash of not that great quality belt. Let's see if I can find one that's close in diameter. Yeah, I think this one is a fit. Yeah, I think this one is a fit. Okay, I'm going to use this one. Let's see what it feels like. Let's put this. Let's put this together. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a little bit too snug. Yeah, I think it's gonna be too snug. So I need something a little closer in diameter. Yeah, I think this is a little closer in diameter. It's a good quality bit. Let's try this. Yeah, I think that's a good fit. Let me go find out what's the measurement for this belt. Be back in a second. I'm getting out my caliper. Okay, so this is the original belt, and then this is the belt that I'm going to replace it with. It's almost the same diameter, but it's just not as stretchy. Let's see. That's the only difference. It's just not stretchy. So about 118, 119, so about 118, 119, 120. This belt is really stretchy. So it just may have just stretched out a little bit much. Okay, so let's put this belt on the pulley and let's get this thing rolling. Okay, so I got the door to close, and the door closes because of those adjustments that I made to the pinch rollers, but I've ran into a new problem. So the problem is that it only plays in reverse play, it doesn't play in forward play. So this, let me just try to, so this pinch roller on this side is problematic. I don't know what's going on. This one is perfectly fine. I don't know if it has something to do with the position of the pinch rollers. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to find that out soon. So let's put in a tape. So I think it's in forward play. And let's see what happens when it. So it's in forward play right now. Okay, this is what I'm getting. That's the reverse play. No, that's the forward play. Yeah, so it's really distorted. And I'm thinking that it has something to do with the pinch rollers. I pulled out the old pinch rollers, and there's a massive, when I measured, I should have measured them before I put the new pinch rollers in. But this is the old pinch roller, and it's very different in size. It's the old one is 12.07 diameter, millimeters in diameter, and the new one is 12.63 millimeters in diameter. Significant. So I'm going to put the old one back in, because I don't have, I'm probably just going to sand it a little bit just to make it a little bit more, just get rid of like the gloss that's on it. I don't know if you can see the gloss, but it's fairly glossy. So I'm going to put the old ones back in. Okay, so see you on the other side. Okay, I switched out to the original pinch rollers, and so let's see what's going on now. Let's try the other side. Oh, it just took a while just to... Oh, it sounds so much better now. It sounds normal. Okay, let's stop that before I get myself into trouble. So it looks like it's working now. So I'm going to put everything back together again, and call it a day for this one. Okay, that's it. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye.